Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. What you are seeing right now is a home screen. On this home screen, we have different features that we talk about that we'll go through also. Now, the first one is the search bar. In the search bar, we search for tasks, reports, and other information. For example, if I want to search a particular person or one of my colleague or my manager, I can type their name like this. And I can see the details about that person in the system. Now everything is based on my security in the system. Just like in any other system or ERP. Here also, whatever I'm seeing right now, if I'm able to see this position, business title, employee type, time type, and all these details, every single field what I'm able to see is because of my security profile. I do have access, and that is the reason I'm seeing all this information here. That's number one. Number two, if I want to search any task, let's say customer invoices, supplier invoices, I am part of O2C team or revenue team, and I want to create customer contracts or customer invoices and all those things. For that too, I can simply type two keywords here and it will show me that detail immediately. You will notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Workday shows 7 results, matching results when you type the keywords in the search bar. This is what we call our search bar, and it will show you the related 7 tasks, orders, and details. If I go with the great customer noise, now the company, for example, if I want to search any company, here again it all depends under which company you're assigned to or for which company you can create customer invoices. Let's say I can create for Wipro. And I'll see all the other details. Like I can find out tell here. And again, this is like everything but I'm able to see here or able to search is based on my security profile. We'll talk about that in chapter 4, not right now in the security. But right now, the purpose is to show you that using the search bar, you can search for task reports. If I want to search invoices also, I can go through it. Find customer invoices for company. I can search for a particular company. Let's say Geo. That's a dummy company created by Wanda itself. And I want to say show me all the invoices which are created after 1st of December for this company. I can give another parameter here. A lot of parameters like I can filter by customer. I can do customer status also. Invoice status also. And I'll hit here. Right now, there are no invoices for this company after 1st of December. But if I just give another date range, let's say 1st of March or something like this, then definitely I would see some data here. 1st of October. I'm sure there should be some invoices for this company. You can see there are 4 invoices. I can see the invoice number, the company, the customer, the invoice status, invoice type, due date, payment terms, and everything. Basically, I can see everything about this company, customer invoices. Now let's go to the home page. We were on the home page and then we typed something and we came to this report. What if you want to go back to the home page when you log in? There are 2 options to do that. First one is this icon here, O icon. You can customize it as per requirement. You can put your company logo also here, and you can see the help text. If you just bring your cursor near to this W, it's showing you the home option here. You click on that, you're back on the home screen. And you're back to our home screen. Now let's talk about other features. This notification icon here, what it shows is just in your phone. On your tablets, you get notifications from Instagram, Twitter, Office, email IDs, and everything. It just tells you that there is something to review or view. Even not review, just view. FYI, things have happened and you just can go through the documents or the notification. Notification icon or the bell icon only shows the notification, just like in your video devices, where you see your Twitter, Instagram notifications, Snapchat, and all those things. It's just a notification section where you can see the notification. Something have happened. And because you are part of some security group, you can see this. The next icon is this inbox icon. We call it as inbox. What is inbox? Anything for which you have to take some action. Let me give an example here. You are the accounts payable manager and supply invoice has to be approved by you as level 1. For that, when the initiator of the invoice submitted the supplier invoice, it will come to you and you will review it and you will approve it. Anything on which you have to take some action, that will come here under inbox. Be it approving your employees' leave or their promotions or anything from the HR side or anything from the operations side, they all will come under this inbox section. The other section is profile section. I was talking about like there are 2 ways to go to your home page. One was this icon. The other one is this one, which people hardly use because this is like 2-click process. You go to profile, then you go to home. Whereas you directly reach home here. If I go to home, I'll be back to my home screen. Now if I click on this profile again, the next section is my account. My account tells you a few information about the organization. Like I can see the organization ID, the company ID. I can do a change password. I can do a change preferences, manage password, tell it questions, manage trusted devices like your phones and tablets and everything. If you click on the change preferences, basically it will search or it will show you the search criteria based thing, like you want to search through classic way or the new way. Let's go to that. The connection is getting lost. We have to wait. Here we go. Back again. You can see it tells you like Workday search provider. Either you can go through the classic way of searching information, classic Workday search. That was the earliest version when we used to hit all the left and menu navigation and everything. Now it's new Workday federated search. And you can see like preferred hour clock also. When you just run the reports, it will show you the details in the 12-hour or 20-hour format. Preferred local. Right now we are seeing this in English, preferred disability language. But if you want to change it to some Arabic, Russian, Indonesian language, you can also do that. Will it cancel here? Now let's come back here and let's talk about this workbench place also. Right now you see this screen, right? Your top apps, mighty team performance and everything. Workbench is a place which is useful to see the apps related to your work. Now you see the UI has got changed a little bit and it has the applications which is related to me or my work. Right now I can see reporting analytics, account administration for a security administrator. The things would be like more related to security here, like how many security accounts are there, security groups are there, and all those things. For accounts payable person, it would be more of like how many supply and what they have to prove and all those things. The applications related to my work, I can customize it as per the user and they would see it as per their requirement of work area. Workbench is nothing, is a place you will see things only related to work. Right now you see don't have notification from the HRs and all those things. It's only my inbox and the application which I need for my work to complete. Site. Let it come. As you can see, available reports and tasks. What does it mean? Based on the security or the rights I have in the system assigned to me, I can see the available reports and tasks under this Workday categories. All of the different categories of work or areas you can call them, and as per these categories, what I can access in the system that is called available reports and tasks for me. For example, in revenue, I can see I can run this many reports based on my access and I can see this many tasks also. But this is like limited one, but as per the profile, it may go up and down also. It may reduce or it may enhance also. Basically just to tell you based on your security profile what reports and tasks you can access in the system. Favorite. You do a lot of customer voices, for example, or let's say you do a lot of reports, work on a daily basis. You run the reports, you send the data to higher management for slicing and icing the data or the review, whatever, like audit. It can be XYZ reason. Certain reports or tasks would be your favorites that you run on daily basis. Then you can add those reports as your favorites here. For now, I can see that business object is this, which I have marked as my favorite. But how to mark something as your favorite? Let me show you. If you go to a business object, we will talk about business object in a minute. Right now we are just talking about some features here, but we will talk about the business object part also. Let me search company here. Let's take this company. Now this company is my favorite because I'm working on it. I'm slicing and icing the data for this company or XYZ reason. I can click on three dots here. I will click on this favorite. This three dots or orange three dots we call as related action. This three dots we call as a related action to this company. And if you click on that favorite ad, do you want to add this company as your favorite? I'll say yes. And if I go back to my favorites, you can see Wipro company has been added to my favorites. Similarly, you can add the custom reports and share custom reports as your favorite business objects or items here. If you see this share tab here, share with all authorized users, it means that whosoever has the access to this data source. And we can see the security also. Many security groups like AR Analyst, AR 1 Approval Resource Manager, and all this have the access to this report data source, and they can run this report. Now we'll go back to our profile section and we'll click on Drive. Now this is not your Drive on your laptop and desktop. It's like internal Drive on Workday, where instead of sharing the Excel files and PPTs through Outlook, you can share the files here also. But mostly it will be like Excel file only that you want to share with your colleagues. I don't see that much usage of this feature among the community. But this is out there. Use it. Like you click on New here and you say workbook or folder. You can create a folder or upload. You can say test. Oh, like upload project ego folder. Something like this you can say, and you can create a folder. Under this folder, you can upload the files or share this folder with other people also. If you just go to New Upload, you can say anything. Failure report 1. And we can upload this failure report. It has been added. That's how you can upload the files and then you share with the users also. And within the drive you can search for the documents and everything. Again, like people still prefer the Outlook way only of sharing the Excel files or the IPs. They don't go ahead with this approach. What I've seen far, but clear with this profile, right? This feature. Next one is my reports. There are certain times when you run a report which takes a lot of time to run because of the data volume. You may have like 5,000 rows, 6,000 rows, and 7,000 rows. And the system tells you that if it takes some time to download this data from the system, Then you click on the notify me later that I'll show you in coming sessions also. And when you do that, it comes under notification also that your document is available for your review, as well as it will come under my reports also in this format. You just click on that and it will download the file just like this here. This is done. My reports documentation. The next one is documentation. Documentation and help are nothing other link to the Workday community. If you have the access, you can put a help section also. Click on the help here. It will just bring you to this page which is linked to the Workday community. And then you can log in with the ID and password, and you can log in with documents and everything. Now this section is completed. Recovery Assistant is nothing like sometimes session gets break because of the internet connectivity or an issue from Workday and whatever it is. Then under Recovery Assistant will tell you which document they have recovered successfully. Just like when you log into laptop and you say somehow the internet connection gets broke or you accidentally close your laptop. Then you open Google Chrome. It says restore last open Windows. Same thing, same feature. Documentation is nothing but like a link for your other show you. It's your link to Workday community. Is the same thing as I said earlier also. Documentation and help are directly linked to your Workday community where you can log it to Workday community using your credentials. Let me get a picture. Want to what? I'd go to my girls. And let me close this. And the new thing which they have introduced is this part. Now earlier all apps used to be on the left side and side only. Your top absent. But majority of them like in a square box. Everything was there. We saw what men's write in the spirit box. We had all the apps. Same format was there. You was there. But as I told you every year it comes up to you. One in March, one in September. And based on that you will come to know what new additional features they're introducing or the UI or changes to the report or task and everything. Here we can see all the apps available for this person. Then they have a shortcut also. Absence balance the customer report. Things which they normally do very frequently, they can add those tasks or activities here. Let's go to add shortcuts here. I can say create custom awards. Instead of going to search bar and typing it again and again. Let's say create custom awards. If I just add this here, adding to the menu. Now if I go back to my menu here and you can see create custom awards has been added. It's like one of your favorite thing. Either you go with the favorite profile here or directly, just to save time. If I go here, type no noise, I'll go here simply and immediately I'll have this task. I can use it. Now, as I was telling you what more about Workday, let's talk about Workday tenants also. This is an implementation tenant, but Workday has a couple of tenants from start to end. When you start, how the cycle starts is you have a P1 tenant or project 1 tenant. People call it phase 1 tenant also, P2 through P4. Let's talk about the cycle of it, how it goes from start to end. Let me explain you from the beginning, and then we'll talk about the tenants in between, and then we'll talk about how the Workday stores data and everything. When a customer reach out to Workday partner like or Workday itself, now Workday also implement. Let me tell you, it's not like Deloitte, KPMG, POI and all these companies implement Workday. Accenture, Kainos, Easy Cloud, not this company. Even Workday does that, but Workday charge are very happy bringing. Let me tell you, they charge a lot like anything else. That's why I've not seen companies reaching out to Workday for implementation. That's why they reach out to these partner firms or other companies who can do this in less cost. Implementation cost is definitely, yes, a big amount. And when the customer finalize the partner and everything they sign, the SO aburo, which happens in every business statement of work, basically that how many consultants would be used across the globe. If this implementation would have been happening and you know what model you would be enabling, how many integrations would be created, how many reports would be created, how many years of legacy data you would transfer from PeopleSoft to Workday or any other ERP, all those things get recorded into SOBEBU. Then there's a steering committee meeting. Steering committee gets formed. One from the partner side, one from the customer side. Both will meet on weekly basis and will discuss the progress. That's like a top leadership, very top leadership, senior partners from both companies and actors. And they will discuss the progress of all these things, and they will discuss the price also. Like for this would be 6-month implementation, 1-year implementation, and who would be at the cost of traveling and everything. Basically, the client bear the cost of traveling of the consultants from their office location to the client location. Once that is done, what happens is once your SOL is signed, the consultants got started moving to the client location. You get a place to sit and all those things. And then you start designing the phases. In finance world, we have different people who would be taking care of the data load data conversion team. Initially, there would be a data conversion team who would be doing the data conversion only, like transferring or transforming the legacy data into Workday into EIBs. We have 2 ways to do that. 3 ways actually. But from finance perspective, we'll talk about 2 ways. N and iLoad. EI and iLoad are Excel sheet only. They just have Workday connectors in it. And the full form of EIB is Enterprise Interface Builder Load. Loading the data in book. You start loading the data. Initially, when you put the first tenant is your P1 phase 1 tenant. In that, it's assumed that the data we are loading right now, that would be 60% incorrect. Because of the way we are getting it from the legacy system or the clients, or the way we are trying to load it. Maybe different formats and everything. The P1 tenant is like a basic tenant where we think certain things will be incorrect, certain things will be right, and then you try to customize it and correct the data. Then we move from P1 to PP2 when the entire data has been loaded. P2 we try to minimize the error ratio to 30%. Around 30 to 40% the data would be in a form of incorrect. and then we move to P3. P3, like we target to have only 10% incorrect data in our system, and everything 9% should be correct data. And by the time we move to P4, in P4 tenant we move only 100% correct data. 100% formatted data, 100% correct, reviewed by the client also. Then the site starts after P4. Then you get different implementation tenants. SIT is system integration testing, which is done by the partner firm who is implementing that technology or Workday. It depends. Now there can be two SIT cycles. In some companies, only one SIT cycle is required, where you go to each and every piece of system like the UI, the look and feel, the apps, the reports, number of reports, and everything. SAT happens, and then after SAT, once you are satisfied as a partner that everything is correct, you ask the customer to do testing. We are handing it over to you now. Do the testing. They will do the U8, user acceptance testing. Now there are other ways of testing, but preferably the only SIT in UAT happens in this Workday world. UAT happens, and when the client is fully happy with that, they will say we are good with the UAT. Users or employees are good with the testing. Now this is not like our final goal or final sign to say yes, let's go live. Before go live, there is a meeting called data audit meeting between Workday client and partner. 3 of them of each module, like our specialist, will sit in that meeting. It normally goes for 2 hours or 3 hours. Now Workday will not say, I trust Deloitte completely. No, they will not say. They have their own coding and some background checks and screening. They will do functionally and technically also. They will take the integrations, the work you have confident before then, and they will find out if anything is missing or is not correct. Maybe security is not correct or the way of design the security. The way of design the reports or task and everything, that they will figure it out through their own ways. Then they will sit with the client and they say, even the client is ready, but Workday is not ready. They will not give you the sign of to go live. Now Workday has to be completely in consent that yes, everything is aligned. They will figure out like if something is not working, they will ask the partner from the client board to change it or make it work. If something is not correct as per Workday methodology, then the partner firm make those changes as per in consent with the client. And once everything is fine, then go no go. Date is finalized and basically we move the P4 tenant data into a gold tenant. We call it as a gold tenant. Now gold tenant will revoke everyone access. Everyone. Only like 2-3 implementers will have the access, but no one from the client side. Only implementers. And then we move this P4 tenant to a production tenant data. Production tenant is the tenant where things are live. It's like a live herd, you can call it, of the system. Everything is live there. And on the go live date, we will hand it over to the clients for their use. Maybe like whatever the date is finalized. And after that, we provide as a consultant of P4 companies. We provide them hypercare support. Hypercare support is basically for 1.5 months from the go live date that is included in the SO value package. And after that, if you want to continue the AMS support. Now AMS support is called as application management support. Now there are many companies out there Once you are go live, then there are like lot of companies in the market which can compare the prices and their quality, and then you can take the support from them also if required. Or companies these days are preferring like in-house teams. They are treating their own employees of each module, and they don't want to pay to the outsiders for this MS work unless they don't have specialization. That's how the complete cycle works. We went live. The hypercare support is started. The MS work has also started, and that's how in between they want to acquire more companies, or they are acquiring more companies. They can still reach out to the previous partner saying that we still need your help for some other implementation. And that's how the businesses get business. If you see, like a lot of companies have started AMS startups, where they have experience on the Workday side, and they started their own ventures by including 3-4 specialized people from different modules. And then they pitch in for the AMS work, and that's like getting very popular also. Then how does Workday stores data? Now there are like services we talked about yesterday also. They have their own servers on which they transfer the data and everything. But within system, like how things work, in Excel files you have seen rows and columns, right? Same thing we have under business objects. I'll show you business object. They store data under business object. Let me show you business object. I'll show you this. Now let me show you first. If you just put question mark here, you may have seen that I am typing some shortcuts here and then typing colon and all these things. If you type the question here, a report will be generated which have all the shortcuts. How to use prefix words. These are all shortcuts here. Like if I want to search the absence balance, I can type absence and all these things. Accrue, I can do this. Add up my information, I can type banking and then colon and all those things. Just type question mark in the search bar. All the shortcuts will appear here. Got Workplace stores data in business object. I type BO and type supplier. Let's take supplier as an example. Sticking some time. Let's see. The tension is getting great. Still hanging. What is the network issues? Come on. It's stuck. But in the meantime, it's coming. Business objects are nothing but business and object. If you just break the word business object, object related to business, suppliers, customers, companies, project cost centers, everything is an object. Under that we store the values under fields and instances. Just like you have rows and columns in business object, we have field and instances. A field will have a name of a different field type like text, which will store text values. a date field which will store date values, and on con. I think it's stuck for some sys. Now that view here again, you can see it has brought up all the business objects having word supplier. Let me open this first. As you can see, we have fields here, different like 369 fields in this object called supplier. Now we have different types of, as I talked about, like date will store a date field, text will store a text value, boolean will say yes or no, single instance means one value, multiple instance means multiple values. But you can see this is a place which stores the field in it. When I'm creating a supplier, this respective field will store those values as in that format. Like text will change in a text format. Date will store the creation date of the supplier or the modification of the supplier, whatever it is, as per this field name and the related business object. Supplier is linked by this, many business objects also, and this many objects are linked to this business object also. Maybe right now it's not making sense, but as and when you start doing transactions and more transactions, this will get clear, very clear. Don't worry about it right now. Just for now, understand that things in the Workday get stored in a business object. Under business object, you have fields here which stores the value. Then data sources. Under business object, we have data sources. These data sources will have their own fields. This data source will have their own fields. All these fields are separated into these two data sources. This will have like XYZ field. This will have XYZ field and reports. Which reports are built on this business object? That will reflect here. We had custom report or standard report that will come here. Whatever reports are there which are built on this business object or the data source will show up here. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.